Hi, I'm Tony Constantine, and I thought that it would be timely for us to have a discussion on modern monetary theory. First, I'll define it. It started around 1905, discussions on this, and the idea was that the federal government is sovereign and has a monopoly on printing money in the United States. We're the only people in the world allowed to print dollars. That being said, since we went off the gold standard in 1971, this makes a little bit more sense in that, well, normally we fund our fiscal spending bills by selling bonds. Well, for several years now, the Federal Reserve Bank has been buying our bonds at the rate of $120 billion a month. That's $1.4 trillion a year. Now, I know over the past year we had three massive spending bills for COVID relief, which increased our deficit by, I think it was around $9 trillion. Maybe it was only seven. I can't remember exactly now. But it's still huge. Well, obviously, we're borrowing that money from the Federal Reserve Bank. Not that they have that much, but they have the ability to create money by making an entry ledger on their books, and we just spend that money. And then we pay them back. Unfortunately, at this point in time, even with interest rates as low as they are, the debt service or the interest payments on the to the Federal Reserve Bank annually is about one third, or the equivalent of one third of the national budget. Well, that's a lot of money. Now we can tell if there's a problem coming, one, by the overinflated or overvalued stock market, which we have. Stocks are selling at about 35 times their dividend rate. And the second thing is the consumer price index. Just yesterday, it was announced that the consumer price index went up 5% between May of 2020 and May of 2021. I guess maybe I should retract my statement that I thought the inflation was just going to be transitory. Anyway, inflation is becoming a problem. And in the consumer price index, remember, they don't count energy, so the gasoline prices aren't in there, and they don't count food. So I think we're probably headed for some problems. Now, this kind of reminds me of a party that my wife and I were invited to over some friends. It was his granddaughter's 5th birthday, and she was sitting on her grandpa's lap while he and I were talking, and he was telling me about this motorcycle that he looked at for $40,000, and says, "Nah, I'm not going to get it because I really don't think I can handle the payments on it." His granddaughter turned to him, looked at him, and said, "Well, Grandpa, why don't you just do what Mommy does? Use your credit card." Now, that's a very cute, sweet, innocent thing for a 5-year-old to say. When it comes out of the mouth of somebody over 21 with a college degree, it's an incredibly stupid thing to say. And that's what, to me, modern monetary theory does. I don't think it's going to work, and I don't think it's a very good thing going forward from here. Anyway, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or need help, my contact information will be on screen in a moment. Come back next week for our next exciting installment on investing. Until then, make every day a great day.